So rappers are commonly known for their controversial lyrics. Listen to any rap song and you'll find at least one reference to something illegal. This could include substances, violence, firearms, fraud, and more. But what happens when these lyrics translate to real life and rappers get caught doing something illegal? The answer is arrests. And with these arrests come mugshots. Rapper mugshots are seen as a flex, increasing fame and credibility, which has even led certain rappers to faking mugshots. Rappers like XXXTentacion have built whole careers off of mugshots, while others such as King Von and Slime Dollars have built up an impressive amount of lockup photos. Regardless, mugshots play a huge role in hip-hop culture. Today, I will be explaining the story behind rapper mugshots, including the likes of Lil Yachty, Lucky, Playboi Carti, and more. Tyler the Creator. Yes, this Tyler the Creator mugshot is actually real. For the longest time, I thought it was like a Photoshop meme or something. At the 2014 South by Southwest Music Festival, Tyler was arrested for inciting a riot. The venue was at capacity, with 999 people inside. According to officers, Tyler was yelling for the people outside of the gates to be let in. Apparently, he said, "Just run in right now, do it, let's go," which prompted the people outside to push through the employees working at the door and rush inside.
Austin police have busted a rapper when the rapper yelled for folks to bust through the gates.
He was later released on a $25,000 bond. Kodak Black. So Kodak is another rapper with a lot of mugshots. His legal history is super extensive, but we're gonna go over his arrest from 2015, where he was convicted of kidnapping and robbery. Following the release of Skirt, which elevated him to the hottest artist out of Florida, Kodak seemed to celebrate a little bit too hard. In October of 2015, he was arrested in Florida after being caught with tree. He was charged with assault, robbery, kidnapping, driving with a suspended license, and possession of tree. But this is just legal terms, and it's likely he didn't actually like kidnap anyone. XXXTentacion. Now here's a rapper who may be able to attribute a lot of his success to a single viral mugshot. This story is one of the more grotesque ones. And on October 6th, 2016, X allegedly beat his pregnant girlfriend until her eyes were swollen shut. He was arrested in Miami-Dade on October 8th, charged with aggravated battery of a pregnant woman, domestic battery by strangulation, false imprisonment, and witness tampering. For some reason, as is similar with most other rapper mugshots, this only elevated his career and brought him new fans. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Chief Keef. Another rapper arrested in Miami was Chief Keef, who has one of my favorite mugshots of the group. He was arrested in April 2017 on Miami Beach after police found him with a cup full of syrupy liquid. He allegedly had bloodshot, watery, and droopy eyes, as well as mush mouth, which apparently means he was speaking indistinctly. He also failed to perform up to standards in a field sobriety test. The police originally approached him after they saw a man get out of a green McLaren driven by Chief Keef and run to the Nissan Altima behind him to hand the man in the passenger seat a leafy green substance. Police said Cozart, which is Chief Keef, failed a DUI test and told them, "When you find tree in my urine, I'll just get my attorney to get my marijuana card. You'll find tree." Travis Scott. So Travis Scott was arrested on May 3rd, 2017 for inciting a riot in Arkansas. Apparently, he encouraged people to rush the stage during his concert.
Police say that he kept encouraging people to come down from their seats and pack in there.
It's lit! This caused multiple injuries, including a security guard employed by the venue and a police officer. He was immediately arrested following the concert and transported to the Benton County Sheriff's Office. He was charged with disorderly conduct, inciting a riot, and endangering the safety of a minor.
So as soon as the show was over, he was arrested for inciting a riot.
He was later released that night without needing to post bail. Again, the situation ended up profiting him. He dropped a t-shirt featuring his mugshot for $45. There's no information on how many he sold, but he made possibly 5 or even 6 figures off of these bad quality t-shirts. Lucky. So 2015 seemed to be a pretty criminal year for these rappers, and it was no different for Lucky, who was arrested in July of that year. Lucky, who was 19 at the time, was charged with 1 count of felony robbery and 2 counts of battery after allegedly admitting to robbing a 28-year-old man on the 7500 block. On July 13th, around midnight, Lucky reportedly approached the man and asked for a cigarette. When the victim agreed and pulled his wallet out of his pocket to get to the cigarettes, Lucky grabbed it and ran. The victim, who was just 5'4" and 125 pounds, gave chase and eventually pinned down the 6', 160-pound Lucky in the backyard of a residence, but not before Lucky could get a few punches in on his face. When the police arrived, the victim was bleeding from his mouth and nose and had a swollen left eye. But while Lucky was able to get a few hits in, he still has to live with the fact that he got taken down by someone 8 inches shorter and 40 pounds lighter than him, probably Mexican. But speaking of Lucky mugshots, here's a Lucky mug you might be interested in. Lil Yachty. So Yachty was arrested on September 29th, 2020 after being caught speeding on an Atlanta interstate. He was allegedly driving at more than 150 miles per hour. I don't blame him though, because he was behind the wheel of a 2020 white Ferrari F8. He was going northbound on Interstate 75, weaving in and out of traffic. What's funnier is that this wasn't his first arrest. arrest. But for that, let me hand you over to our reporter in the field.
Did you know that Lil Yachty got arrested here at this mall in 2015? More specifically, this location, which used to be a lid store. This story is absolutely crazy. So in September of 2015, when Yachty was only 18 years old, him and his friend were shopping together in this mall. Apparently, they raised the suspicions of a Lids employee who ended up calling the cops. Yachty presented the police with a false credit card and was arrested, while his friend Clarence fled after being asked for identification. He was chased down and tackled before being handcuffed in this Nordstrom. It seems like the newly 18-year-old has been cracking cards since a kid, because he was arrested with 28 fraudulent credit cards, 14 Western Union, and 14 PayPal. Nardwar even brought this up in his interview with Lil Yachty, where he called it the Garden Mall.
Garden malls in Florida.
I ain't going back to that mall ever again in my life. I was, doing some things I shouldn't have been doing.
It's the Gardens Mall, buddy. Get your facts straight. Playboi Carti. So Carti has been arrested multiple times. On April 3rd, 2020, Carti was pulled over for an expired tag on his Lamborghini in Clayton County. In the car, deputies discovered 12 bags of tree, 3 firearms, and a bunch of illegal substances. Reportedly, Carti even told the arresting officer that he could F his daughter. He was arrested with Jalen Tucker, a previous child actor who worked in many commercials and TV shows, including Girl Meets World from Disney Channel. He now goes by Opium Baby and is one of Playboi Carti's creative directors for his label Opium. It seems like Opium Baby's actions during this arrest may have caused him to become one of Carti's right-hand men. While Carti was given a few petty charges and released hours after his arrest, Opium Baby remained in custody for multiple firearm and substance charges. He took the fall for Carti and is now being rewarded by being placed in his inner circle. On February 14th, 2023, which is Valentine's Day coincidentally, Carti was arrested on a felony assault charge for allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend, Iggy Azalea. The event was said to have happened on December 20th, 2022, when she was 14 weeks pregnant. This mugshot was a big cultural moment for Carti fans, and I remember all of them had it as their profile picture, which is kind of crazy to me considering the scenario surrounding this picture. But if you are one of those Carti fans, check out this shirt featuring the mugshot. The Weeknd. So The Weeknd was arrested in January of 2015 for assaulting a police officer. The then 25-year-old was spending time in Las Vegas at the Cromwell Hotel. A bit after 4 a.m. on January 10th, police were called to the hotel after Abel was involved in a fight. The cops intervened and pulled The Weeknd into an elevator where he ended up punching an officer in the face. He was taken straight to jail and charged with battery of a protected person. He was ordered to pay $1,000 to an injured police officer fund, complete an anger management course, undergo alcohol evaluation, and perform 50 hours of community service in his home country of Canada. In a 2020 interview, The Weeknd revealed that this arrest came during a real rock star era of his. This basically meant that he thought he was untouchable and living without fear of consequences. He said he wasn't proud of it, but it sounds pretty fun to me. Lil Uzi. So Lil Uzi has also had multiple run-ins with the law, but this mugshot is from an incident in December of 2016. Uzi and his friend were racing dirt bikes in Atlanta, driving with no lights or helmets. According to police, they drove the wrong way on a one-way road, went up on a sidewalk, and crossed 5 lanes of traffic without signaling. Uzi saw the cops in pursuit and tried to run, but ended up losing his balance and ditching the bike. The duo tried to flee on foot, but were eventually arrested. He got booked for obstruction, reckless driving, not having a driver's license, and a bunch of other traffic violations. He was released the day after on a $6,500 bond. So yeah, there's a lot more rapper mugshots, but these were the interesting ones to me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which rappers I should cover next. Peace.